Your words has power. 2. A businessman's life-changing story. Words have the power to build or destroy, inspire or discourage, create success or lead to failure. This is the story of a businessman who learned a life-changing lesson: the impact of words on success, relationships, and destiny. The beginning of the journey. David Carter was a self-made businessman. He had built his company from scratch, overcoming numerous challenges along the way. He prided himself on his work ethic, discipline, and determination. However, he had one flaw. His words were often harsh, critical, and demanding. David believed that being tough on people made them stronger. "If you want success, you need to handle pressure," he often told his employees. He rarely gave praise, thinking it would make people complacent. He spoke bluntly to his family, believing honesty mattered more than kindness. At first, his approach seemed to work. His company grew, and his employees pushed themselves harder. But over time, cracks began to appear. His employees felt demotivated, his business growth slowed, and even at home, his relationships suffered. The breaking point. One afternoon, during an important meeting, David's frustration boiled over. A crucial project had been delayed, and instead of looking for solutions, he lashed out at his team. "This is unacceptable. How many times do I have to tell you to meet deadlines?" "Maybe I hired the wrong people," he shouted. Silence filled the room. His employees looked down, their confidence shattered. One of his most talented managers, Rachel, finally spoke. "David, we work hard, but when all we hear is criticism, it's hard to stay motivated," she said. Her words struck him, but he dismissed them. "Excuses don't build success," he said coldly and walked out. That evening, he went home to find his 12-year-old son, Jake, looking upset. "What's wrong?" David asked. Jake hesitated but then said, "Dad, do you even like me?" David was shocked. "Of course I do. Why would you say that?" "Because you always tell me what I do wrong. You never say anything good," Jake replied. David felt a pang in his heart. First his employees, now his own son. Was there really a problem with the way he spoke? The wake-up call. Confused and troubled, David visited his father, an old retired teacher known for his wisdom. "Dad, my business is struggling. My employees seem unmotivated, and even my own son feels distant. What am I doing wrong?" he asked. His father listened carefully, then handed him a small notebook. "For the next 7 days, write down everything you say to others, whether it's positive or negative. Then come back to me." David frowned. "What difference will that make?" "Just do it," his father said with a knowing smile. Reluctantly, David agreed. The eye-opening realization. For a week, David kept track of his words. He noted every interaction, at work, at home, and even casual conversations. By the end of the week, he was shocked. His words were overwhelmingly negative. He criticized more than he encouraged. He focused on problems more than solutions. He rarely praised anyone, not his employees, not his wife, not his son. When he returned to his father, he admitted, "I had no idea how negative my words were. I always thought I was just being honest and practical." His father smiled and brought out 2 glasses, one filled with clean water, the other with muddy water. "Words are like water," he said. "Positive words refresh and nourish people like clean water, while negative words pollute minds like dirty water. What you pour into others will determine their growth." David sat in silence, letting the truth sink in. The transformation. Determined to change, David decided to speak differently. At work, instead of saying, "This is terrible," when an employee made a mistake, he said, "Let's fix this together." Instead of focusing only on failures, he began to recognize effort. He told Rachel, "I appreciate how much effort you put into this project. Let's find a solution." At home, he made a conscious effort to praise his son. One evening, Jake showed him a school project. "Wow, this is amazing. You put a lot of effort into this," David said. Jake's face lit up with surprise and happiness. "Really?" "Yes, and I'm proud of you," David added. His wife, who had been quietly observing, smiled. "I think this is the first time in years I've heard you say something like that." David realized that his words had been pushing people away instead of bringing them closer. The ripple effect. Over the next few months, David's transformation changed everything. His employees became more engaged, and productivity improved. His company started growing again because a motivated team performs better. His relationship with his wife became stronger. His son became more confident and started opening up to him more. And so, his company thrived, his family bond strengthened, and he became known not just as a successful businessman, but as a leader who uplifted others. Final thought. Words are free, but their impact is priceless. What kind of words are you speaking into your life and the lives of those around you? Please like, share, and subscribe the channel